All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for HunterxHunter, episode 67. And we have got some shenanigans going on with the bomber.
We do.
He's using the lucky dice thing to game the game by having people who aren't him roll the dice so that they get luck when they use cards to steal cards.
Right.
And I like it. I like how clever he is, despite him being kind of a nobody in the story. He's making waves, you know.
Yeah, and what I'm really interested in, I love that they're doing that whole like trade exchange thing with the other guy, the Zegara, yeah. But what I really want to see is how this ends up tying back into either Gon and Killua or the Phantom Troop, because
I think it's all going to come crashing together. That's where the story is, and the point is we don't know exactly how that's going to happen yet. But right now, in particular, Gon and Killua are doing their shenanigans to get cards. Yes. Right. And Killua had that funny bit in the last episode where he was going to like keep rolling the lucky die at the slot machines and stuff. And thank you, Bisky, for saving him. Bisky is so far like my favorite character of the arc in terms of like additional characters. You know, Bisky has always been like amazing. And I really want to continue her development with Gon and Killua. Above pretty much everything else going on in this story. Yeah. Because it's been really cool.
One thing I might be wrong, you know, but I'm calling it now that the bomber collecting all the cards and everything, that's basically just going to make it easier for the Phantom Troop to find what they need. Like, because it's just amassing everything into one big pot, and it's like, oh, what's that thing we need? Oh, they have everything. Cool. Let's go get them.
Now, there is a very interesting thing to bring up. Zegara's group and the Bomber's group, they all have a lot of cards.
They do.
And the cards are pretty strong individually.
That's true. So that could make it actually like interesting if the Phantom Troop goes against them, because you know the Phantom Troop would normally just like curb stomp them.
But because the cards are involved, things could get a little bit complicated.
It could.
So I'm hoping for that.
Yes. All that could make for a really cool battle.
Without further ado, let's get into this episode and see what happens. All right, guys, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, they're getting cards.
Okay.
So many.
Quite a few.
So many. Going all around to get these.
Yeah, all over the place.
It's a weird one. Fledgling CEO. Some of these names are so funny. Yep. 50 types.
All right.
Dang. All right, can't look at this.
Yep. So they're gathering a bunch of cards, but they're probably getting the ones that are. I mean, from the looks of it, they seem to be like pretty basic cards so far. Nothing like super crazy.
They have.
They got an S card, I believe.
I think they got a little bit more than that, but. The cards that they have in particular, I think, are for the purpose of, being, almost like the much to complete the game or something like that.
Right, yeah. One of the things that, like, I find being sort of like having mixed feelings about is wanting it to show in depth, like a quest to get some crazy card.
Right,
but then at the same time,
just takes way too much time.
Exactly. I don't want it to go into like the actual grind of a video game.
Yeah, and that's a weird balance that they have to find specifically with this arc in particular. Greed Island is a very, I would say, thorough representation of a like hardcore RPG, but whether or not that translates perfectly for entertainment value is a little bit tricky. All right, here we go. Getting through. Yep, that's right.
Sezgara. Okay.
Yeah, getting through the bomber, Sezgara, and they're doing their trade here.
Yep.
This is where things could get
Well, they will get dicey.
Well, no, because he's going to use the luck to take them back after the trade's done.
Yeah.
Oh. What?
He's distracting them, yeah.
Yep. Oh. Whoa. Whoa, crap.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here he goes.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
Oh, dang!
Yeah.
It worked perfectly.
Uh-huh. See what they took.
Oh.
Oh.
Dang. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep. Huh. 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 Yeah.
So that's kind of a giveaway.
Yep.
But they could ambush you or all kinds of things.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh. Okay.
Right.
What does that card do, though?
Yeah. We kind of need to know that. Okay.
Yeah. Because of the transformation limit? Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Well, and as they use them, then it frees things up.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Try and trade it for a leave. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh, shoot. Yep. They're inducing a a demand for leave cards.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you probably don't want everyone to have... Wait, what?
Yeah, this is what's
Right.
gonna
Exactly.
pull them into the bomber and
Exactly.
Sesgura. Negotiate aggressively.
How aggressively, exactly?
We shall see. Yeah. Yeah, on what? Oh. Yeah.
Really?
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Dang. Okay.
Right, because they're
Wow.
essentially NPCs.
Right. Oh, and that's one of the ones
Yeah,
that
that's
they
one
were
of the
after.
really good ones. Yep. Number
Okay.
75. Because they just got it. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, this guy again. Yep. Right. Okay, a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
It's true. Oh, really?
Ah, gotcha. Whoa. That's a lot of information.
That is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Ah, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's true. Ah, there you go.
And you can contribute too.
Let's just show off our Hatsu for a second.
Yeah. It's true.
Yep. 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 Huh. Oh. Well played.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. Well played, Killua. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, Killua.
Because you were a jerk. So did they get the 2 cards?
We'll see. Oh, dang. Yeah. We could have gotten more cards, yeah! Y'all should stuff your ears.
Well, I mean...
What? What was that look? Huh.
Okay. Wow.
All right, they're strategizing.
So, yeah, they're actually...
Here we go. Okay.
All right.
75.
Probably 75.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is a bit high.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Number 2. But number 2.
Okay.
Yep, everything's converging.
Yep.
Whoa.
Cool.
Crap.
All right.
Okay. Oh, they're splitting up, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eyes
this
look
sounds
dead.
like a good place for a fight. Razor.
Okay.
Okay, now was that an in-game event or were those players?
That's huh.
This just got complicated. Maybe an event. That was my thought too, but
Okay.
you never know. That's a thing, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zagara and the bomber aren't going to be able to do anything.
Or they're waiting around for them to do something. That other guy, though,
Yeah.
when he left the group. Oh, what?
Are we about to have a 15-on-15 fight?
Yeah, that would be insane. Okay.
All right.
Now, this was kind of the episode you were wanting. They
Yes.
got into a little bit of the game stuff, the RPG kind of system with the...
Right. With
with
how
the
to
cards.
obtain like a super rare card.
Right. The only thing that every once in a while happens is I don't know exactly what some of these cards do.
And I think that doesn't really matter because it's not relevant to the story at this point.
Right. So,
And they didn't have the Phantom Troop in this episode at all.
yeah, so if anything, we might have the fight coming up in the next one between the pirates and
Sure.
this group here.
Which could just be something that's like not even like a real fight. Like it could be something where it's over in 10 seconds, or it could.
Well, it's a way to show what some of the cards do, like some of the spell cards.
That's a very good point.
What they could then do is have Genthru and Sesgura basically have been waiting for this kind of thing to happen.
That is possible.
Like
yeah,
they maybe figured out some info about Patch of Shore, but didn't know
maybe
how to get and stuff. All right, the Greed Island tutorial. Okay. Tax Collector's Gauntlet. Oh. Yeah. Tenyo. Okay, so we've now got a group that's going to be bumping into Genthru, the bomber, and Sesgura, and potentially even the Phantom Troop in the future.
Potentially. But what I'm wondering is if Sesgura and Genthru can't get the number 2 by themselves because they don't have a party of 15.
Right, they will have to fight.
They will have to fight them, right. So it might be something where they're maybe counting on other people to get it.
For sure.
And then they're just going to camp out nearby or something.
If I were Genthru right now, I would go into the city because they probably were already there and scouring for clues and stuff, and they find nothing, but they know it has to be here. Yeah. So they would probably set up camp somewhere outside the city, and make or inside or wherever, and basically strategize, and then they would be kind of maybe gaining their information about people that are out there that are doing other things as well, noting that no one else has number 2. So maybe keeping tabs on Sesgura to see what he does. But when they get number 2, they'll all know. That's the important thing.
It could also be something where once a party of 15 goes there with the intent of getting number 2 or something like that, then it unlocks it for everybody.
Sure, or at the very least, them asking around the NPCs would figure out, oh, someone's already going there, essentially. Or they would know, have you heard about the pirates? And they're like, wait, what? The pirates? This hasn't been here before. And they would discover the event as well. And they might be a little bit behind Gon and Killua and all these other guys' groups. But this looks favorable, I would say, for them. Because their group is going to get the card, or at the very least trigger the event and probably beat the event for getting access to the card Patch of Shore. The question is, will they be able to fight off basically all these other players who have Nen, who have a lot more cards than they do?
That's the real problem.
And how does a fight with group-on-group action
with a bunch
in
of
HunterxHunter with cards? There's so many dynamics involved in here. I think it's just going to be a bloodbath at some point.
Yeah, that's what I think it'll end up turning out into basically.
A lot of people
because the spell
die.
cards themselves, if I recall correctly, they don't directly hurt the people.
No.
They just do things that are helpful.
They induce harmful effects for them, but it's still got the video game aspect to it where
when it comes down to killing somebody, you have to be killing them with your Nen and all that stuff.
Right, but that's the thing. The bomber has no qualms about killing.
Right, and a bunch of them are already
tagged.
Dead. Yeah.
Or at the very least, their odds are not great right now.
Right. Yeah.
If this whole situation goes like it seems to be going, I think that they're basically setting up Sesgura to be essentially ousted by the bomber.
Okay.
I think that the bomber, based on how cleverly and deftly he executed the plan with his 2 partners here, Sesgura is not in a good place here.
Absolutely, but one of the other things that I think is a really good thing to point out is that they had the jump on Sesgura. They did all the prep, they did all that stuff. They took some risks to do all that.
Just rolling the dice, really.
Well, yeah, just rolling the dice. But the idea that we don't know who would win if the 2 of them actually got in a fight, right?
Their teams, essentially?
Their teams, yeah. Especially if Sesgura and then basically found out, oh, okay, he is the bomber, et cetera, et cetera. These are how his abilities work.
That's the thing, though. The bomber's abilities, they're a little bit terrifying, but also they can just say, the story can just say later, hey, these guys were these guys were touched by Genther. And he's just waiting for his moment to use all of these, but only when he's gotten the cards necessary from these people.
Right.
And right now...
I love that he has to explain how his power works.
It's a good condition.
In order for it to work. It's a good condition, and it's also pretty meta.
It is pretty meta. That is true. But in terms of it being the condition, it allows for his abilities to be extremely powerful because...
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because it's essentially a really long channel that can be interrupted.
Right. But also, it's something that's counterintuitive to his... basically, in a Nen fight... I would want to know the techniques of my opponent. So if they just started talking about it, I'd be like, okay, good. Now I'm going to formulate a strategy as they're talking about it. But I don't realizing that that's actually the condition for their abilities to work.
Right.
That's a problem.
And if you think about it, if harmful or bad conditions can make your abilities better, then that's, telling people how your abilities work is
a pretty bad condition
you can do.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not as bad as killing you, but,
right? Oh yeah, there's a lot of better things in there, but in particular, this team of 15. I mean, we've seen a couple of them before. The guys that were basically the organizers we had seen before.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of an uneasy feeling about the motivations of the internal parties. And I think Asta being the focal point for that is fine. But I got a weird vibe from the one guy that walked off from the group.
Yep.
And I was like...
Yeah, in that sense, Asta seemed more like a misdirect.
A misdirect,
which Hunter, likes to do.
Likes to do that. And if anything, I'm now looking for those misdirects.
Right.
And I don't want to jump too hard onto any of them, but...
If anything, Asta is probably one of the ones we can trust the most.
Yes.
Because they did that so much.
Because she's so selfish, really.
Yeah, because she's so selfish and stuff. Yeah.
And so selfish. The other guy that went off from the group, and then just the episode was basically over, he was the first person after Asta to give information.
That's true.
Which, sounds pretty not selfish. But it was all just off-screen exposition, which is good that they got through it quickly and didn't spend too much time there.
And it was funny because the things that Asta was saying, right, her exposition, I was like, oh, that's cool info to know.
That's great info,
and it's condensed and it's very simple to understand. All right, I like it.
Yeah.
And I found myself, even though I was
wanting more,
even though I was I was glad that they didn't because, a ton of exposition probably would have bogged it down. But I was like, oh, that was some cool stuff. I was kind of wondering, what did the other people bring to the table,
Right. After a certain point, I think that the information might become not relevant story-wise.
Yeah.
Where
even most of Asta's stuff probably wasn't very relevant story-wise.
Are they going to the trade shop and going to get 50
50 items,
there, so that they can get all the special
the
B-slot
B
cards.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I would love for them to go into detail in the next episode as to what Patch of Shore does. Yes. And some of these top 10, SS cards, I really want them to be explained at some point soon, especially if they're going to be used in the upcoming fight. But the other thing I'm thinking of is Bisky has taught Gon and Killua a lot of Nen, Hatsu training, and all the above, and stuff like that. I'm really curious as to if this is all build up for a really clever fight incoming. But I don't know. I don't know who it's going to be involved.
Who it's going to be with, yeah.
Because if they do a group thing, you can't really make the fights as clever.
Well, no, but they could get around that by basically having like the slow-mo fighting that Killua and Gon were doing.
Sure.
And having things like that, then you can show that happening in just really quick little bits, that all the people are maybe doing that.
Oh,
right? And they
that's a good point.
Go through that so that way you can see what's happening with all the people, and they'd probably reduce the variables pretty quick, and get out of there.
That's the other thing. The bomber has tagged a bunch of people, so we could just see a mass killing from him again.
It could be reduced to a 3-on-3 like that.
Oh, that's true.
Because Gon, Killua, and Bisky against the bomber and his 2 cohorts.
So here's the thing I'm curious about. Because Greed Island is in the real world, right?
Yes.
The item that makes the most sense for the Phantom Troop to get to help remove the Nen off of Crollo.
Yeah.
Seems to be the necklace that Gon has.
Removing the curse, yeah.
Right, and
transform
it's not
Crollo into a card and then...
Well, I don't know how that would work, but my thing is, I don't know if we've been given any other item that fits close enough to the the bill of what they'd be looking for.
And it would totally be something that they would do where they have Gon show how he's using it to help people, right? And have that happen and as a way to explain what the card does without us like reading into it too much.
Right. Yeah.
And then later be like, oh yeah, that card that does this thing, we're going to use it on Crollo. The one thing I'm curious about is those people. So this island, Greed Island, is in the real world, right? But there's still NPCs. So those people that he helped, I believe, were NPCs. They
were cards,
right? Exactly.
Their item that they transform into when they're not basically taken is their NPC state.
Right. Exactly. So since their NPC state, their NPCs, they were able to be transformed into the cards. Assuming I have this right.
Right.
And then they were able to remove the curse. Now Crollo, I'm pretty sure he's not an NPC.
True.
How do they do that? Assuming that the Gon's necklace, that type item is what the Phantom Troop needs.
The other aspect of it is that item that, or was it his Nen ability? The guy that had that worm Nen eating thing.
That was his Nen ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be a combination of Nen, cards, like not just
they could have a bunch
necklace.
of different things to like temporarily turn Crollo into an NPC or something
or whatever, but I'm curious as to how the Phantom Troop's motivations to fix Crollo put them into the situation and whose side they fall on, because here's where it gets complicated. So let's say more than two factions arrive at the same place at the same time looking for different things. A conversation is not going to solve everything.
They might try and go all King's Banquet, but like, and that would be awesome.
That would be
probably
hilarious
not going to work
and
out.
amazing. But no, I am a little bit more worried about not really necessarily Gon and Killua, and somewhat Bisky, but not as much.
Not really.
I'm more curious as to like, is this the type of point in the story where if people got in the way of others who
they don't
need cards from,
right?
We could have some deaths coming up.
That's what I'm excited to see, because here's the thing: the bomber killing people, I don't really care.
Like to clarify, like you don't care because the people that he's killing in the story aren't characters that we've actually spent time with in a way to get us to connect with them.
And also because I get the feeling it'd be something where it might be terrifying, because he is blowing them up. The idea that it's something that he would just do and it's done, right? So it's like, okay, he's got a bomb on you. There's not really anything you can do to stop that. Not really. I mean, you can try and touch him and have the bomb deactivate, but assuming you don't do that, like anytime that he wants, really, he can kind of kill you.
Yeah, in that respect, the bomber, I'm curious as to who's going to take him down.
I get the feeling it's going to be the Phantom Troop. It might be Gon and Killua, but I could totally see this happening where the bombers are like, I'm doing this awesome thing and it's great. And then Phaeton just comes in and is like, so give me, just give me all your cards. Because it might be that the thing that the Phantom Troop needs, maybe it's number 0. Maybe it's
the really special card. Like that's the other thing. I think that number 0 card is not Breath of the Archangel.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think anyone knows what number 0 is, because that's the one that they think you get that when you have all 99.
Number 1 is Breath of the Archangel, and that's the one that can basically bring people back from the dead.
Or whatever it was.
No, I think that's literally what it is, and it's one of the most like freakishly terrifying cards. I'm thinking that number 0 is more powerful in terms of its ability than Breath of the Archangel. And Breath of the Archangel, by the way, hasn't been used yet.
No, it hasn't.
Now, I don't know if that means that that because it's number 1, does that mean if it's used once like they can't use it. Like it's kind of one of those.
Well, okay, no, this is what I'm really curious about. The thing that they brought up of using spell cards without, like, by taking it out of the book, not by saying the name of the card, you know?
Oh, sure. Good
and being
point.
able to reuse it. Because that
sounds like a glitch in the game.
It either seems like a glitch in the game, or it seems like basically ritual casting from D&D, where it's like, okay,
yeah.
let me turn to the actual right page, grab the card, pull it out, now I can use it, kind of a thing.
Sure.
Where it wouldn't really work in any kind of battle because, you know, you have to turn to the page throughout your book.
Right, and those precious seconds basically mean you lost the battle.
Right.
That's a very good point. I think that's more of what it would be. And if you were using Breath of the Archangel, you'd probably use it after a fight is over, and not because you won. You know, you wouldn't be wanting to use that kind of a card against someone, you know, on someone that's not necessarily going to be any help in a fight because they just died. And that's another great point. Is if someone dies in the game with Breath of the Archangel, you know, essentially resurrecting them, do they get their cards back?
I don't think so. No, because it says once
not.
Once the person dies, all their cards are deleted.
Yeah.
So but it really brings people back to life.
I think so. I'm not sure 100%. Because
that's one of those things where, like, being something like that. Because I would expect to remember that, like, if they said, like, oh, this lets you resurrect people. Maybe it isn't. I just completely forgot.
I think it is.
If it is, then that's the obvious way that they have, like, take care of the stuff for Krollo. It's like, all right, Krollo, it kills you. We bring you back. There you go.
Oh, that's even simpler. So there's a lot of ways Krollo probably can be solved with this whole thing there.
Yeah. Especially since Ahsoka told them what the deal was.
See, this is the crazy thing. People made these cards. Yeah. And you brought this up like way earlier. I think I was on the wrong track with things, and you were saying like Greed Island is crazy that this space exists. But now that we know that the space is the real world, the cards are what's actually crazy.
Yes.
So that means Nen users made Breath of the Archangel. What?
Right. Yeah.
What?
So, yeah.
What? So one of the things that I think that Greed Island might be doing, and I'm going to go far-reaching here, is that Greed Island is actually setting up really powerful Nen users.
Oh, gotcha.
Basically,
so Hisoka was the power ceiling in the beginning, but
right.
He's not the power ceiling anymore. Krillin was awesomely mysterious.
Yep.
But no. We're having a power ceiling where it's like, it's not even a ceiling. It's just like, wow, that just keeps going up.
That's way up there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Jing is one of the people that helped to make this game.
That's true.
So,
and he was riding a dragon on top of a dragon or something like that.
Yeah, whatever that was. He might have been just literally tripping on the dragon, you know, like going on a high, like, oh,
he just wanted to show to us just how awesome he was. Like,
but that's the thing, though. I think that we can legitimately say that even though it took probably a team of people to make the game, the people that made Breath of the Archangel as a card, or even made any of these other cards in general, it puts them on a whole nother level, or it puts Nen on a whole nother level. Right. I think it puts Nen on a whole nother level. That's the safe bet.
Which I think is awesome, because the way they, like, the amount of, like, build-up that they did just to the Hunter exam, you know, of all the tons of people that were getting, like, weeded out before they even got there, to then the Hunter exam, and the fact that barely anybody from there makes it, and then all these people that are in here at least know Nen, so that means a lot of them are probably hunters, right?
They might have got like hunter training, but they might not have, you know, done that profession. Right. They could have just sold their card, like, you know, gone it.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
that's totally
he pawned
true.
it.
But considering that a bunch of people become hunters without knowing how to use Nen, you know, because there was that whole secondary part of the Hunter exam, learning how to use Nen.
Sure.
And all these people are in here, and still they're kind of like they're peons, and then there's all these other people who are, you know, way beyond, you know,
right,
and all of this basically insane power scaling that would make me just kind of really not care in a lesser story, because they have all these rules behind it, so that they're basically making a promise of, we're keeping this stuff internally consistent. Yeah. You know, we're not just doing it for the sake of doing it.
But we're also, like, putting some powers, some people
right
in, like, storage, waiting to be used in the story later.
Yep.
And that's where I'm wondering, like, is this going to end not with some like climactic battle like the Greed Island bit? Is it going to end with them meeting Jing? Like that would be a really cool way to bring that about. Because I think that based on the guy that we bounced into at the beach, remember?
Yeah.
When the Phantom Troop bumped into him?
With the volleyball serve.
Yeah. He was a game
creator.
He was a game developer,
but he was like an after image left behind, some guardian of the game.
Right. So my question is, on Greed Island, are there game developers? Would that
Possibly,
be too risky?
I don't think so. I think it's more that like there might be the avatars of the game developers or whatever, like a Jedi holocron or something.
So remember that theory about card number 0?
Yeah.
An event triggered when everyone gets all the cards, like all but
all the other cards.
All the other cards of 99. I could see like something really big showing up.
Possibly.
And I'm excited about what that could be because I don't think Jing is like some super god with Nen or anything like that. He's probably really strong, but one of the things I think that's more exciting is the idea that Jing is someone that probably has a team with him.
Right.
And the game developers are probably not all that team, but it's like some of them are probably still with him. And I really, really like how Gon and Killua have been built up as a team. The Phantom Troop has been built up as a team. They're re-emphasizing teams in general by having Genthru and his two compatriots.
The idea of people covering for what you can't do or can't do very well.
Exactly. And that theme is something that I'm like, oh,
that's awesome.
We need just wait until like we get like a 3-on-3 combat, like you were saying. Like it could be really good.
Well, okay.
Like, oh my gosh.
It really could be. And here's the other thing that I want to bring up. So when they introduced the Phantom Troop were like, they seemed like gods, right?
They had the rule of cool in spades.
They had the rule of cool in spades and everything, and it was just like, oh man, this is awesome, right?
Yeah.
I love how they're making it so that they're not taking away from how cool the Phantom Troop are, because coolness is not bound to abilities.
That is true.
But what they are doing is they're basically making it so that they're like, the idea of who's like the strongest in the world or whatever, that's a silly question. One of the issues that like say I would have with like say Dragon Ball Z is, why do there always be like these exponentially more and more powerful people, and why didn't we know about them? Or felt the effects of the stuff and all that. And I like how they're setting this up here with all the crazy stuff that's happening in the game with the cards, and knowing that people actually made these things, and how were they able to do that with Nen and all that, while the Phantom Troop's in there, while Gon and Killua are in there, the bomber, and
lots of moving parts,
lots of moving parts, and the idea that that there really isn't a power ceiling. You just look up and it just keeps going up and up and up. I like that they're establishing that here, because that helps Nen feel that much more wondrous, and the world feel that much bigger.
Right. I think if anything, this is an arc that probably has upon like closer inspection a lot of problems, but also probably one of the more complicated delivery systems. So basically there's a lot of things in here that denote how deep HunterxHunter as a show really is.
Right.
But I would say it almost needs like a rewatch, like an immediate rewatch.
I feel like
because this arc in particular, sorry, I'll let you go in a second. The arc in particular is focusing on the big aspects of HunterxHunter and using the game as a backdrop for it. Right. But the problem is I think we'd get distracted every once in a while on the details of things like the cars, of things like the Phantom Troop showing up, when there's these big, like, overall tone-shifting big messages that the arc is telling us. But because we don't have context, but because we aren't, like, gods of perception, and because we, like, are seeing more of what we want to see in specific things, we're like missing just a little bit much. But then when we have conversations like this, we're going like, oh, wait a minute,
taking a step back.
And I think this is the difference also between this arc and like Heaven's Arena's arc. They both have similar aspects, and I'm noting more and more how similar they really are. But this one just seems like an upgrade in a whole lot of ways,
because the previous arc, with Kurapika and the Phantom Troop and all that, that was very much a character centric arc, right? This was about introducing these characters, making you care about them a lot, and having lots of emotional stuff happen with these characters.
Right.
It was fantastic, right? That's the kind of thing that me and Caleb are more primed for, I would say.
Right.
And this is the thing where we aren't as primed for it, which is world building.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it's like, no. We're not going to do world building of like, yeah, we'll do the little stuff of going in depth on the little details, but we'll also do the stuff where not just in this area, but for the world as a whole of Hunter x Hunter, we're going to make you see just how big it is, or at least realize that you have no idea how big it is.
Also, how big the story can get. Not necessarily in how ambitious, for just the sake of being ambitious, but like the themes that carry from like the beginning of the show all the way up to, you know, the end or something. The things that interweave through structure-wise to give us, you know, context for big events, you know, like, the whole York New arc, essentially. And when we have world building in Hunter x Hunter, that leads me to believe that there's big things on the horizon. It's that Hunter x Hunter knows how to segment these aspects from the execution aspects. So that being said, the Greed Island ending could be pretty crazy. Just pretty crazy. Whatever the end of this arc is, it's going to shake things up a bit. Either that or it's that and more. Like whatever comes after that is also really crazy. So in short, in summation, Hunter x Hunter, I think, deserves a rewatch just because of how many layers there are. But I'm now starting to see why the layers are important and how we can notice them on the first watch.
Right. Although, if you don't know what you don't see, then you're not going to see it. But,
right. That's the tricky part. Is I think.
And for now, let's work on getting through our first watch since we're not even halfway done.
Right. But I mean, it's Togashi, right? The manga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. It's Togashi. With his style of writing here, I feel like this is. Just another example then also of the DM or the game developer that wanted to be a game developer or DM but ended up being a mangaka.
Yep.
But still finding ways to break through that. So what we're getting here and what's probably going to come in the next few episodes has the potential to be better, I'd say, than almost the rest of the arc combined in some ways.
Yes, the rest of the arc. Okay, I thought you were going to say the rest of the show. I was like, hold on now. Graphic arc of the family.
I think that the main thing standing out right now is Bisky's character just brought so much in the point at which she was introduced to where we are right now. And I hope they keep going with that. That's my only thing is I don't want them to abandon Bisky now that we moved away from the training
stuff going on.
Exactly. So I'm excited for the next one.
Me too.
All right. Well, guys, if you want to watch the next 2 episode reactions right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access, and you can watch all these right now. And we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.